Yo, what's really going on now, America? It's been a while. Made a video not long ago. It was one of those spur of the moment bids. If you watched it, I apologize for it for the simple fact that it wasn't of the best quality because it was pretty much at nighttime and it was kind of a last minute ditch effort to basically say what was on my mind at the time. But today what I wanted to talk about is basically the definition of what an independent contractor is, what a 1099 employee is, okay? And the reason why I want to talk about this is because it's been a lot of talk on this Facebook group that I'm on here in Cleveland, Ohio, and a lot of people don't really understand what an independent contractor is. And there's a lot of talk about, can you be deactivated from Lyft if you do not accept rides? Okay? And, I'm pretty sure in every city Lyft has the same issue, okay? Here in Cleveland, Lyft has an issue where they don't have enough drivers but have too many passengers, okay? They have, and which is not the worst thing in the world to have, because a lot of passengers and too many drivers that means there's more rides out there, right? For you to get. Only problem is that these rides are not coming from where you want them to come from. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you are downtown Cleveland, you can get a ride that's 30 minutes away from you, a ride request sent to you, right? And it doesn't make sense to go and get that passenger. I don't care. Like, it never makes sense for you to drive 30 minutes away to pick somebody up, because the problem is you don't know where they're headed to. Let's say, for example, you get there, they go down the street 5 minutes away, not, a couple miles, and you get $4 or $5 or whatever it is, right? Was that worth it? You just rode 20-some minutes, like 30-some minutes, whatever. You know what I mean? It's crazy. You're not making, and then you got to remember, the more you drive, the more you tire the body down too. So now you done made $15 and you like dirt dog tired. So you don't have the effort, you don't have the energy to really go any further right now. So you don't want to burn gas, put more wear and tear on your vehicle, and eventually fatigue yourself, right? So these are three things you got to think about when you looking at these requests coming through at 30 minutes plus or 20 minutes plus. Like, I have a rule. If the ride is 11 minutes away, I'll take it. If the ride is 12 minutes away, I'm not taking it. Now, some people think that if you don't take the ride, Lyft will deactivate you. And I have said this on a prior video, so I wanted to come back and reiterate what an independent contractor is, so that you understand why you are not obligated to take a ride, a job or a ride, because that's basically what an independent contractor is: someone who accepts a job. Okay, in this case, someone who accepts a ride. Okay, they send you the job offer, they send you the ride. You have the decision to make at that. With Lyft and Uber, you have 15 seconds, 10 seconds to figure out, do you want this ride? Okay, so in your head, you need to be thinking really quick within 15 seconds, is this ride A, beneficial, profitable for me? B, is it going to fatigue me at some point? Okay, and C, am I going to burn unnecessary amount of gas to pick this passenger up? Because there's a lot of variables. You don't know how far it's going. You don't know if you're going to get a tip. You don't know if you're going to get a crazy person that you may have to put out your car. Like, it's just so many things that you can think that go into why you shouldn't go 30 minutes away to pick somebody up, right? So, I have my tablet here. And the reason why I got the tablet is because I wanted to look it up. I mean, because this is public knowledge. This is easy to look up. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it's like crazy difficult to find out what an independent contractor really does, right? Or really is here, right? Let me put this AC on, because it's really hot in here right now. And it's wintertime here, and it's 52 degrees right now. It was just like 25 yesterday. It's crazy weather out here, man. It's crazy. You never know what's going to happen, okay? So I'll put this AC on. So if you hear some blowing, I got to have some AC, So, number one, I want to recommend this, okay? if you don't already have it, go and download through the app market. If you got iPhone, Android, whatever, however you do that, you know what I'm saying, you go to your market and download QuickBooks Self-Employed. Just download it or just go check it out. Okay, I don't want to get into that. I believe I had a segment on that already about what it does and all that. So just go download that. It'll help you with your taxes. It'll help you as a 1099 employee contractor. Okay, so number one, I just said the word employee. Number one, you want to make sure you don't call yourself an employee, because you're not. You are a 1099 contractor. Okay, you are not an employee. Okay, you do not work for Lyft. You do not work for Uber. Okay, the difference between a job and, let's say, being an independent contractor is this, right? Okay, I already got it up. But what I'm gonna do is, let's see. I'm about to let the thing play. Let me see. Hey Google, what is a independent contractor? For whatever reason, it didn't talk for me. Let me see it again. What is an independent contractor? Okay, well, I guess I'll tell you, okay? Now, an independent contractor is a natural person, meaning somebody that just, like yourself, right? Natural person, business, or corporation that provides goods or services. In this case, you're going to be providing a service, okay? Transportation service, to be exact, to another entity under terms specified in contract or within a verbal agreement. Everybody here, everybody that's driving Uber and Lyft, basically signed or verbally agreed to the agreement. Okay, so we all know that, right? Okay, this form is merely a report of money paid to independent contractors. Do not withhold state income tax or income taxes. Okay, so essentially, as an independent contractor, you're not an employee. They do not take out taxes and stuff like that. So the difference is that that's just a definition of what it is. Okay, now what it doesn't say there, okay, is what the next thing I'm about to tell you, okay, because there's some more definitions to it, okay. Now, it is critical that a business owner correctly determines whether the individual providing services are an employee or a independent contractor. Generally, you must withhold income taxes, withhold pay Social Security and Medicare taxes, and pay for unemployment taxes and wages for an employee. Okay, employees get all that stuff for essentially done for them, right? So the companies pay those taxes, and as well as you do out of your paycheck, right? The company also essentially pays unemployment if something was to happen, you get laid off, right? You get laid off from Uber, well, basically you don't get anything, right? That's not how it works, okay? So okay. So if you really want to know a little bit more about that, I would go to the irs.gov because they have a lot more on it than the definition that I'm reading here on Google here. Okay. So let's see. Okay, what is a 1099 employee? Okay. All right, the 1099 part of the name refers to the fact that independent contractors receive a form 1099 at the end of the year, which reports to the IRS how much money was paid to the contractor. It contrasts employees receive a W-2. Service providers are either employees or independent contractors. They cannot be both. Okay? They cannot be both. So you can either be one or the other, right? Okay. So, essentially, what it is to be an independent contractor is to accept a job, and then once you accept that job, you are obligated by that company now to get it done. Okay? So when you accept a ride, essentially what you're saying is, I want to do this job. I got you. I'm going to do this. So once you accept it, you locked in. You must do the ride. Now you have some one-off. You have some one-offs where you can cancel here and there if you need to. But if you ever hear the response that you get from Uber and Lyft, they always tell you only in an emergency, right? That's the only time that you need to cancel. You can cancel. But let's be honest. Sometimes we cancel because we just don't want to do it. But you can take that one-off situation where you can do it, but try not to actually accept the ride more so than just let it go. I guess what I'm basically trying to get is that people don't understand. Like, I guess we're so molded to be an employee and not like an independent or a business owner per se, right? So a business owner, let's say you own a business and a customer says, hey, listen, I want you to do this job for me. And if you don't think the job is profitable, do you have to do it? No, you can say no. You reserve the right to say, no, I'm good. I don't want to do that. It's not going to make me no money. You don't have to tell them that, but you can decline the offer. Same thing with an independent contractor. Essentially, you're running your own business, okay? You run it through Lyft. Lyft is the one that the name is the name. Uber is the name. You are the business owner itself, okay? You are like the CEO of the company, okay? Because right now, all they see is you, okay? They know about Lyft, they know about Uber, but you're the only person that they see. So they going through you. So what you say is pretty much go for the most part, okay? So the one thing you want to make sure you understand, okay, when it comes to declining rides, and I've been going back and forth with people on Facebook about this, right? I've been going back and forth with people on Facebook about can you get deactivated if you don't accept rides? And I tell them, listen, I've been driving for Lyft over a year now, and I have stayed in the 33% acceptance rating. Lived in it. And they have never deactivated me. I'm still here, right? They have never sent me a warning saying, if you continue with this behavior, we're going to deactivate you. Never. People are saying that I got my 5th warning today. Like, if you got your 5th warning in one day, you think you'll be deactivated, okay? What company is going to warn you 5 times to stop doing something wrong, and they can simply get rid of you for that? Listen, Uber already got sued for this. Uber used to let drivers go based on a percentage of rides not being accepted. They can no longer do that. And Lyft is not a company that can afford to really get sued. Okay? Uber is a multi-billion-dollar company. Lyft is just a multi-million-dollar company. It's a big difference, man. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to get sued right now. They're doing well. They haven't been sued and stuff like that. You know, at least not that I haven't heard any big sues from them, you know, on their part. So the last thing they want to do is get sued for something that one of their competitors already did. They already know that they can't do that. Okay, they seen it. Okay, so come on, people. Listen, I tell you what. Like I said on Facebook page, if you one of the people that's watching this right now, keep accepting those 30-minute rides. It's beautiful for me, because while you keep doing that, I'm sitting downtown in a big old pink area full of prime time, and I'm just letting those rides go. I'm letting those rides go, and I'm living in a 23% acceptance rate, because I'm only accepting the ones that I want. Okay? I made $170 yesterday, right? And the entire day I was just, no, I'm not, no, I'm not taking that ride. Nope, not taking a ride. Nope, not taking a ride. Okay? So, what you gotta understand is, if you don't want the ride, you can say no. You're an independent contractor. You do not work for this company. All you do is they give you a job and you get to say no to the job. I mean, think about it. Check this out for a second. If every time they gave you a job, you had to take it, why would they even give you the option to take the ride? You thinking? Because if your app is on, to them, that should means that you're ready to get a ride, and it doesn't matter what you're doing. You're gonna go ahead and take it, right? Because if you're in the bathroom, you shouldn't be on right now, right? But that's not the case. They don't automatically just sign you up for the job, okay? You have to agree by tapping that screen and saying, okay, I want it. By doing that, you basically have agreed that you want it, okay? It's a big discussion about it. People just don't understand. If you go to www.irs.gov, they have, you probably can't see it, but they have a big definition of what it is and all that. Okay. It goes into pretty much in depth about what it is. For the most part, you know what I'm saying? So just give it a tug at it. Just read that. Do your research, people. Do more research than just watch my video. Do more research, okay? Understand what an independent contractor is, because for most people, being an independent contractor is something so new. They have never worked as an independent contractor. Most people have been, a W-2 employee their entire lives, and now all of a sudden, now they're like running their own business and not understanding that that's what they're doing. Like some people, like a lot of people, like I hear people tell riders, they be like, yeah, you work for Uber? Yeah, I work for Uber. Like when I talk, I try to never say I'm from Lyft, or I might say, hey, how you doing? This is Javon with Lyft. Okay. Or I say, hey, I will say, hey, how you doing? This is Javon, your Lyft driver. That's what I will say. Because to me, saying I am a Lyft driver doesn't say that I work for Lyft. It's just saying that I'm affiliated with the Lyft name, right? So I never want to really claim that I'm a Lyft employee, because they're not claiming me as a Lyft employee, so why should I, right? So, like I said, do your research, people. Look it up. I think that the IRS.gov is your best bet to find what really, how to define yourself as an independent contractor, because, hey, that's the IRS, you know what I'm saying? In the day, you got to pay them folks, right? So, definitely download that app that I was telling you about, QuickBooks Self-Employed. Take a peek at that. Hit my website up at primetime300.com. If you have a question or a concern about what an independent contractor is, please leave a message below. I'll respond. I'm pretty sure you guys know I'll respond pretty quickly. As soon as I see it and I'm available, I answer that call. But I want to wrap this up, so I'm going to end it with an independent contractor, just to give you like a summary of it. An independent contractor, you're not an employee. And when you sign up to be an employee, that means you're telling that company that you're going to do everything that they need you to do. So whatever your job description is, you will do everything. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, you won't be sitting there saying, I can't do that today. Because that's insubordination. You can get terminated for that, right? When you're an independent contractor, you have the option to do the job or not. It's really that simple. And by allowing that ride request to just pass and then the next one come through or whatever, you are basically telling Lyft, I don't want to do that. I'll let somebody else take care of that. Then the next one come in is 1 minute away. Hey, I'll tap the screen. I want to do that job. Now you're basically saying that's the job for me. Okay? That's what it all boils down to. If you don't agree with me, just do your homework. Okay? I've been driving for Lyft for a long time, I think, and I have never ever really focused on having a steady, good acceptance rate. I mean, they send me the messages too, hey, listen, turn your app off if you're not available. That's all they're basically telling you. They're not ever mentioning the words you could be deactivated, terminated, or not on the platform. They can't even say those words legally to you because they can get sued. They will never ever say you can be deactivated. If you look through the terms of service, terms of use with Lyft, you will see what I mean. They won't have anything there that's going to say, hey, listen, we're going to deactivate you. Okay? Come on, man. Then, not to mention, the last thing that Uber sent out, the big old term of service, everything that they revised, basically, they basically said it too. That you can be deactivated for canceling rides, so that means taking rides, accepting rides, then deciding to cancel. But you cannot be deactivated for not accepting rides. Okay? Even Uber said it, and trust me, if Uber said it, when it comes to this topic, it still relates to Lyft. Okay? It still relates to Lyft because Uber got sued, Lyft don't want to get sued. Come on, people. Like, I don't know if people do this and this be they don't really look into what they about to do. Because that's what it sounds like. It sounds like we got a lot of uneducated, ignorant people out here that's just driving for Lyft, Uber, and don't even know what they doing. They just out here like, I'm just trying to get some money. My goal is to get, $5 a day. So I'm gonna go and drive 30 minutes away every time, all day long. And then, that discourages Lyft drivers not to drive Lyft because they think that they have to take this ride. Oh my God, I gotta take this 30-minute ride. No, you don't. You really don't. Okay? So I'm gonna wrap that up. www.primetime300.com. That's me. Holla at your boy. Become a subscriber on that. Subscribe to this channel here. Comment, like, share. You know what to do. And like I always say, hey, don't do that crime, boy. If you can't do the time, this is Prime Time. I'm out.